keeper of echoes of stories, through time and realities.
Lean in close now, for tonight's echo travels far, not across seas nor stars, but straight down beneath your feet. This is the tale of a boy from your own world. Plain boots, dirt under his nails. Born in the early days of motor cars and telegram wires. A boy who fell right through the skin of the world. He loved caves. Loved them more than shores, more than school, and certainly more than his sister pestering him. One summer day, lantern in hand, he followed a crack in the stone he'd never seen before. And the ground gave way. He tumbled into a world with two suns, one red as coal, the other blue as frost, both hanging in the sky that somehow lived underground. And there they were, short, sharp-featured folks, pointy ears and noses like clever foxes, dressed in coats, vests, boots, belts, human enough to feel familiar, but different enough he nearly fainted. They rode long-tailed lizards, like a cowboy rides a horse, reins and saddle and the whole affair. "A giant!" they cried. The boy barely stood 5 feet tall. They didn't trust him at first. You wouldn't trust a giant either, I wager. But one night, bandits raided the village. The boy grabbed a wood-cutting axe, stood shoulder to shoulder with the little folk, and held the line. And so they knighted him. Sir Big Small, Knight of the Two Suns. With knighthood came a quest and companions. A wise magi, robes stretched and beard braided, whose spells smelled faintly of peppermint. A monk with his fists like falling stones, and a voice calmer than a sleepy brook. A crafty rogue, 2 short blades, a grin too sharp to be legal, pockets full of other people's things. A lady scout, bow on her back, herbs at her belt, eyes that missed nothing. And finally, a prince, self-deprecating, self-doubting, but braver than he'd ever admit aloud. And so begins his quest. 4 beasts. The first, from the bogs rose a serpent, the size of a barn beam. The monk leapt upon its neck. The scout loosed in arrow after arrow, and the boy delivered the final blow with courage he didn't know he had. The second beast, the stone-hide boar, a boar with stone for skin. The rogue danced around it laughing, while the magi softened its hide with a spell. The boy struck true. The prince fainted, and they all agreed not to mention it again. Beast number 3, multiple the sky howlers. Wolves that walked on wind, their howls shook bones. The boy climbed a cliff, shield high, drawing them in long enough for the scout to light the sky with her arrows. Beast number 4, the Hollow Colossus. Deep, slow, massive. Last came the Colossus, a walking statue, hollow but filled with roaring rage. The prince finally found his courage. The monk cracked its knee, and the boy crawled inside to shatter the glowing core. But none of that prepared them for the gold dragon. He was older than stone, bigger than the hills that held up the twin suns. His breath tasted of hot metal and forgotten ages. The Magi's spells broke like twigs. The rogue could not find a weak spot. The monk was swatted aside. The scout's arrows melted in the air. The boy stood alone, small, shaking but unbroken. He climbed the dragon's neck, reached its crown, and drove his blade into the glowing golden seam. The beast fell. But victory, it brought sorrow. The boy knelt by the dragon's heart, a glowing sphere of pure gold, and whispered, "I miss my ma. I miss my pa. Even my sister, loud as she is." The Magi laid a hand on his shoulder. "Gold holds memories," he said, "and gold opens doors." They placed the heart in a living boy's hand. Light swallowed him whole. He landed back in his own cave, a little dusty, a little older in the heart. He ran home. His mother called him to supper. His sister teased him. His father told him to wash his hands. No time had passed at all. Only the scar on his knee from climbing the gold dragon's crown. And a love he carried forever for the friends he left in the sky below. And so the echo fades. But listen closely. Some say that when the twin suns rise, they rise for him.